Welcome friend. Now here in this video we will derive Fourier integral theorem. The statement of the Fourier integral theorem is f of x equal to 1 divided by pi integration 0 to infinity integration 0 to infinity f of t into cos of u into t minus x du into dt. So this is the Fourier integral. Now we will write or we will derive this formula from Fourier series. So let us remember the Fourier series. We know the Fourier series of the function f of x in the interval minus c to c, f of x equal to a0 divided by 2 plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity an into cos of n pi x divided by c plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity bn into sine of n pi x divided by c. This is the Fourier series. And the Fourier coefficient, what are the Fourier coefficient? A0 equal to 1 divided by c integration from minus c to c f of t into dt, and an equal to 1 divided by c integration minus c to c f of t into cos of n pi t divided by c into dt, whereas the coefficient bn equal to 1 divided by c integration from minus c to c f of t into sine of n pi t divided by c into dt. So in the next step we put all these values in equation number 1, a0, an and bn. So put values of a0, an and bn in 1. Okay, so let us see what happens if we substitute these values. F of x equal to a0, so this is equal to 1 divided by 2 into c minus c2 plus c f of t into dt plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity, and an, what is an? An is 1 divided by c integration minus c2 plus c f of t into cos of n pi t divided by c into another terms. We can write it in the integral because it is independent of t, and we are integration is with respect to t, and that term contain x, so it is not depend on integration. Therefore we write it in the integration n pi x divided by c into dt. Okay, similarly let us see the another term plus here summation n equal to 1 to infinity 1 divided by c minus c to c f of t into sine of n pi t divided by c into sine of n pi x divided by c into dt. Okay, so when we substitute this value, the we can remove the equation number 1, since we have put the values in the Fourier series. Okay, so let it be removed. Now let's proceed to simplify this equation. You can see that here we have integration, same integration, 1 by c into integration minus c2 plus c f of t into dt. Therefore we take common from this and we get f of x equal to 1 divided by 2c integration minus c2 plus c f of t into dt plus 1 divided by c integration minus c2 plus c f of t into summation n is equal to 1 to infinity, and what are that term? Cos of n pi t divided by c into cos of n pi x divided by c plus sine of n pi t divided by c into sine of n pi x divided by c into dt. So the bracket term is an expansion of cos of c plus d equal to 1 divided by 2c integration minus c2 plus c f of t into dt plus 1 divided by c integration minus c2 plus c f of t into summation n is equal to 1 to infinity. This is cos of, here sign is plus, so this is cos of c minus d. And what is c minus d? N pi t divided by c minus n pi x divided by c. You can expand this and you will get the terms. Now again we can take n pi divided by c common. Also you can see from these two terms we have a same integration. Therefore from these two terms we take 1 divided by 2c common, integration minus c2 plus c f of t into, okay, so in the first term we get 1 and here we have to multiply by 2 since we have taken 2 common, and we get summation n is equal to 1 to infinity cos of n pi divided by c into t minus x into dt. Let us call this equation number 2 since our first equation was a Fourier series. Okay, now let us see how to expand the bracket terms. Now remember that cos of minus theta equal to cos theta, and we apply that term cos of minus theta equal to plus the cos of theta here. So 1 plus 2 times this series summation n is equal to 1 to infinity cos of n pi divided by c into t minus x equal to, for this we write it as summation n is equal to 1 to infinity cos of 0 pi divided by c into t minus x. Okay, here we remove this summation, we that will get different form. So we write simply it as a 1 as a cos of 0 equal to 1, and plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity cos of n pi divided by c into t minus x plus, now second term we write n is equal to 1 to infinity cos of minus n pi divided by c into t minus x. You can see that cos of minus theta is equal to cos theta again. So we have written this as a 2 times. Now n is a minus. Okay, so for n is equal to 1, minus 1, minus 2, minus, yeah, therefore n varies from minus 1 to minus infinity. And we take this opportunity to write it as a cos of 0 pi divided by c into t minus x plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity cos of n pi divided by c into t minus x plus, now we can write it as n is equal to minus 1 to minus infinity and cos of n pi divided by c into t minus x. So see the limit of this every term, cos of n pi. So we have minus n to minus in minus 1 to minus infinity, 1 to infinity, and we have 0. So this will be equal to you can see this is equal to, here let me remove some part. We need equation number 2. This is equation number 2. It is very interesting to prove this Fourier integral theorem. This is my f of x, equation number 2, and you can see here 1 plus 2 summation n is equal to 1 to infinity cos of n pi divided by c into t minus x equal to is summation n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity cos of n pi divided by c into t minus x. Now let us put this value into equation number 2. Then you can see that f of x equal to, we have this equation number 2, this one, 1 divided by 2c minus c2 plus c f of t into summation, this one, minus infinity to plus infinity cos of n pi c into t minus x into dt. Okay, this is my third equation. So we get these terms as a simplified term. Now further we assume that this c is tending to, we assume that c is increasing. So c is increasing. Okay, so let us write it, this equation, as this is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi minus c2 plus c f of t into pi divided by c. We have adding, multiplying and dividing by pi, summation minus infinity to plus infinity cos of n pi c into t minus x into dt. This is 3. Okay, now we assume here, that c increases indefinitely. If c increases, then pi divided by c becomes smaller and smaller. So we take pi divided by c as a du, since it becoming small and small as c tends to infinity. And this n pi divided by c equal to, we put it as a u. Okay, so in the limiting case, what happens? Limit c tends to infinity, this pi divided by c and summation minus infinity to plus infinity cos of n pi divided by c into t minus x. So this is equal to this is an integration from minus infinity to plus infinity cos of u into t minus x into du. Summation is nothing but an integration. Okay, so as in the limiting case, this will be minus infinity to plus infinity. Then see the equation number 3. This will be f of x equal to 1 divided by 2 pi, and here limit is now changing. C is changing to minus infinity to plus infinity, and again we write it as, since cos is an even function, and for even function this is equal to integration 0 to infinity twice cos of u into t minus x into du. Okay, so this is equal to f of t, and this integral now is just 2 into integration 0 to infinity cos of u into t minus x into du, and the previous one is a dt from this equation number 3. So see here, you can see it is changes to this will be 2 to get cancel, and we get integration 0 to infinity integration minus infinity to plus infinity f of t cos of u into t minus x into du into dt. So friend, how you have seen that how beautiful this theorem is, and we have derived how we have derived by taking simple trigonometric formulas to get this Fourier integral theorem. Okay, now we use this Fourier integral theorem to find the Fourier sine and cosine integral theorem. I hope you have get this idea of Fourier integral theorem, and again we apply the simple trigonometric formulas to get the Fourier sine as well as Fourier cosine integrals. This is our Fourier integral. This is minus infinity. Now again we write it as 1 divided by pi integration 0 to infinity, and here integration minus infinity to plus infinity f of t into let us write expansion of this cos of ut into cos of ux plus sine of ut into sine of ux. This is with respect to du with respect to u and t. Let us separate this. Separating 1 divided by pi integration 0 to infinity integration minus infinity to plus infinity f of t. Our first term cos of ut cos of ux plus 1 divided by pi 0 to infinity integration minus infinity to plus infinity f of t sine of ut sine of ux du into dt. Here du and dt remains du into dt. Okay, now when first case when f is an odd function, f is odd function, if f is odd function, f into cos of u2, cos is a even function, so this product f of t into cos of ut, this is a odd function and this is equal to 0. Remember that when f is an odd function, minus a to this f of t into dt equal to 0, and for even function minus a to f of t into dt this is equal to twice integration 0 to a f of t into dt. So these are the two formulas of the cos even function. So when f is an odd function, this f of t into cos of ut equal to 0. The first part of this will be 0, and here then this is odd function, this is odd function, so odd and odd again, so this will be even function, and this even function we can write it as a twice, okay, twice from 0 to infinity, and we get this is f of x equal to 2 divided by pi integration 0 to infinity integration 0 to infinity f of t into sine ut into sine ux into du into dt. This is an Fourier sine integral. Okay. Similarly, second case, when f is even function, when f is even, a sine of ut is odd, so f of t into sine of ut equal to 0. As this is equal to 0, the second term of this will be 0, and second term will be 0, but here this f of t into sine ut is an even function, and for that we can write f of x equal to 2 divided by pi integration 0 to infinity integration 0 to infinity f of t into cos of ut into cos of ux into du into dt. This is called as a Fourier cosine integral. So we have two different forms, Fourier sine integral and Fourier cosine integrals. So friend, I hope you have enjoyed the expansion of this Fourier integral and derivation obtained from the Fourier series of the Fourier integral. Thank you for watching the video.